Hi everybody. My name is Michelle. I am Mrs. Freethinker on eBay, Instagram, and a couple other places that really don't have anything to do with reselling. But for this, I am Mrs. Freethinker. My name is Michelle. I am, I guess, a full-time reseller, although I still consider myself to be part-time. Even though I definitely do it full-time hours, I still kind of consider myself to be part-time. I also work as a nurse 1 or 2 days a week. And so it was a hobby that kind of turned into this big business all of a sudden for me. It took off very, very, very quick. So anyways, I want to go through and kind of review some of the bins and thrift stores that I go to. I am really fortunate. I travel a lot, so I always find my way to a thrift store wherever I go. And the last trip I was on was in Orlando. For those of you that saw my very quick little blip video where I said I went to the Taft Orlando outlets, and I'm going to do a review on that and then also go through my thrift haul. Let's see, Taft Orlando outlets. They were good in the sense that I did find some really great brands. They definitely did have some quality type brands that maybe some smaller cities wouldn't have, because it's Orlando. It's a huge, huge city. Who knows how many people come there and visit every year? I have no idea, but it's a huge tourist destination. So of course they're gonna have some great stuff. So they did have really great stuff. If you guys saw my video, I did a video just to show you guys what it looked like in there. The bins were piled extremely high with clothing. I am about 5'2¾", maybe 5'3", with like some like little, like with my tennies on, that gives me a little bit of height. So the clothing would come up almost to here on me when I was looking at the bins. So, or even higher sometimes. And so for someone my size, it was actually incredibly physical to try to move the clothes at this bins. That I would say was a con. Yes, there was a ton of merchandise to go through, but it was so exhausting to have to go through it. And I prefer kind of maybe 50% of that amount in the bin because it's so much more manageable. It just feels a little bit, it feels like too much to me, honestly. And so if you guys didn't see that, I would suggest going back and just taking a quick peek at it. Not all bins are created equal. I have been, gosh, I don't know, I'd have to list them out. I've been several places all over the country. They are all different, all unique, all have a tone that is set. And here, I would say people are a little bit more on the aggressive side. I do live in the South. I live in North Carolina, and I do feel like, forgive my dogs, I do feel like there's a little bit of an etiquette here where in our bins, if something is directly in front of you, 99% of people do not reach in front of you to grab anything. That has not been my experience in the other bins I've been to. That seems to be unique to here. A lot of the regulars, if you will, the OGs, whatever you want to call them, here where I live in Winston-Salem, if you reach in front of them, you are going to get yelled at. It's not going to be pretty. And so I find that I had a little bit of a hard time dealing with that, to be honest, because it's not what I'm used to. I'm not used to that kind of aggression. So that was definitely also a con for me. There are no carts. The carts were completely gone by the time I got there. It was extremely difficult to get one. People are not overly friendly. They're not wanting to like give you their cart or anything like that. And again, I think that because I have lived in the South now for a while, I have gotten used to a different etiquette overall. And so that has made traveling a little bit more challenging. I grew up in South Florida. That's what I'm used to. My husband is a native New Yorker. That's what he's used to. But now that we've lived here in the South, our expectations are probably a little bit too high for how people should act. So I had a little bit of a challenging time with that. But you know, you kind of roll with the punches. I'm a visitor. I try to like stand back and just observe and kind of see how things go. I do try to be respectful, but also, you have to hold your own as well. So, um, the other con for me at least was that I had like zero cell service the whole time. And I am somebody that still comps pretty much almost anything. Not everything 100% of the time, but I comp a lot of stuff. And it is incredibly frustrating when you don't have any cell service inside of an outlet, or anywhere for that matter. I'm definitely a cell phone person. It's always with me. And that was super duper frustrating for me. And I've been to other outlets, which I can do reviews of if that's something you guys are interested in. Please leave, if you'd like that, please let me know in the comments down below. I do live in North Carolina, so I'm pretty sure I've been to most, if not all of the bins here in North Carolina. I've been to Queens, New York. I've been to San Antonio. I've been to a couple locations in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been to a few locations in Virginia. I've been to Savannah, Columbia, trying to think of other places. Anyway, and so I would be happy to do reviews about that. But anyway, and now Orlando. But you guys just let me know. I'd be happy to do it. I have to help get my husband to refresh my memory. My memory is shot. But I would be happy to do that. So, and then the major pro of the Orlando Taft outlet was that they did have great brands. I found a pair of Versace couture jeans. So, I mean, they're not going to sell for like a ton of money, but I mean, I did find great brands, which I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. I spent, I want to say $28 in this haul, and I think I had 15 or so sellable items. So that's still, I think, roughly under $2 an item, which is really fantastic. You can't beat that. I did find some really great pieces, some new to me brands. And so overall, would I go back? Yes, but there is no way that I could do a marathon session there like I do at my bins. I can go to my bins for 6 or 7 hours at a stretch. Easy, easy, easy. It's not as physically exhausting. Oh, sorry, that's the other thing. This outlet, if you are into hard goods, had hardly any of that. It was 99% clothes. It did not have a lot of hard goods. They did have a lot of shoes. But compared to what I'm used to like almost half and half clothes, half hard goods in an enormous facility. That was a bummer for me because I do love hard goods. My main seller is clothes, but I love hard goods also. So that was kind of a bummer for me. It just depends on what you're looking for. Anyway, let's get to the haul because I know I can go on and on and on. If you guys have any questions about this particular outlet, please leave them down in the comments below. I did also go to a few retail stores, Goodwill retail stores while I was in Orlando, and I will just say they were a mess. I've never seen anything like it. While I was in the store, you literally just heard breaking because every time somebody pulled something off of a shelf, something else fell because the shelves were literally just stacked full of things. There was no rhyme or reason to it. It was bananas. So, to each their own. I'm not judging. It just was different than what I'm used to. So, let's get to the haul. I'm going to go through this really quickly. I'm kind of a dork, so I do have notes. Just to be on the safe side, I just have on here that I spent $28. I do round up, so it was probably 27 and some change. It ended up being 15 items, which maybe puts me around, I didn't do the exact math. I did have 16 down, but one of the items I decided was not sellable. At 16, it was $1.75 an item. So really not bad. And I'm just going to go through really, really quickly. Well, I don't do anything really quickly, but try to go through some things really quickly. Just tell you guys kind of the things that I found. Like I said, some new to me brands and just some surprising things that were really, really exciting. I'm not going to go in any particular order at all. So there is no rhyme or reason to the order that I'm going in. This first item that I found is actually a Pottery Barn Kids Duvet. It has these really sweet little, I'm probably going to fold it upside down probably because, that would be too easy if I did it. It has these like really sweet little fairies on it. There is some staining on this. I have washed it obviously and dried it. It's very clean, but there is some staining on this. I have found and sold a few Pottery Barn duvets at the bins before, and some of the really nice ones, like the regular Pottery Barn, they can sell it for $250 used. If you find Pottery Barn, just pick it up. If it's at the bins, just pick it up. Even if it's stained, you just never know. People buy stained items. If you didn't know that, now you do. People buy stained items. They still buy them. I don't know. So if you find Pottery Barn, especially a duvet cover, just go ahead and pick it up. Please go ahead and follow me on Instagram. As I start to do more of these hauls, I'm going to post what has sold from the hauls and what I hope to get for it. You know, if I got $50 for that, that would be amazing. Like I said, I need to lay it out and really look at it and point out all of the damage to it. You know, even if I got 30, that would be incredible. So I'm going to be happy with that. Linens is one of my absolute most favorite things to sell, which you guys will see in just a second. This next item, also a linen, is actually a brand called Opal House. Gosh, I'm gonna say they sell it at Target, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's made in India. I don't know if it's from Target or not. You guys can let me know. I am so sorry. This is, I believe, it is Target. Yes, it is. It's Target. Yay. Okay. I found a king fitted and a king flat. I have sold this exact sheet before, or sheets, I guess. I think I sold a fitted and a flat king for $55. I'm probably going to list this flat sheet for $50 because there's not a lot listed. And this is like this peacock design. It's really, really cool. The fitted sheet, honestly, I washed it. I soaked it in OxyClean. It was too gross. It just was stained. I think like that sweat stain. Ugh, so gross. But just yellow. And so it's not sellable. I'm not going to sell that to somebody. It's just too gross. So I'm going to list this for around $50, and whatever I get for it will be great because it's a sheet. It's a single sheet. So if I get anywhere between 30 and 50 for this, that's pretty incredible. I love selling linens. I do. I really do. I absolutely love it. So Opal House. I'm not sure if all of those designs go for that much money. I just happened to find this, and I've sold it before. I think mine was the only comp I saw, actually, which is funny. Changing it up, I'm not, like I said, no particular order. This is just how I found things. I'm probably going to say this name wrong. I am a former runner and trying to be runner again, and I still don't know how to say this. I think it's Oiselle, Oiselle. It's just some running shorts. It is actually a really nice brand of running short. That is what it looks like. I do think there's an issue with the drawstring a little bit, but nothing crazy. I need to figure that out. You know, maybe $10 or $15 for these. That's fine. I picked them up because of the brand. It's also coming up on New Year's resolutions. Sorry, I'm just checking the pocket. I was actually sidebar, I was ironing a pair of pants that I'm about to show you, and I was like, let me just check the pockets. There was a $10 bill, so there you go. I need to look up how to say this phonetically because I'm not saying it right. But anyways, this is a great brand of athletic wear, if you didn't know, specifically running. So of course I was in Orlando, so I had to, I guess, get at least one Disney thing. This kind of stood out to me a little bit. It is a Disney Parks authentic original. And there's that tag right there. I believe they call this the passport stamp shirt. And so I want to say the last sold was around $30. May have been for a little bit of a bigger size, but this is in really excellent condition. And so, yeah, and I think, you know, it could be unisex. Obviously, it's either a men's or a women's. Buttons are on the, oh my gosh, I can never remember. So they're on the right. What does that mean? I think that means it's a man's shirt, I think. I literally could never remember. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I have a really poor memory. Um, but anyway, it's got this cool little like vent because as we all know, it's hotter than the hinges of hell in Orlando. And it is a US size small. So it's not very big, but that's okay. It's different. And like I said, a few have sold. And if I were to get between 20 and 30 for this, I'd be thrilled. That's so cool. This was devastating. Okay, you guys. One of my all-time absolute favorite things in the world to thrift is vintage Ralph Lauren linens. I found this, I saw it, and in my head I'm like, please let it be Ralph Lauren, please let it be Ralph Lauren, please let it be Ralph Lauren. It is. I can't tell you guys, I'm a pretty tenacious person. I cannot tell you how hard I looked. I'm pretty sure I went into like a little bit of a hypoglycemic attack looking for the match to this pillowcase because I went through like 6 bins rapidly looking for the match to this pillowcase. To combined, I could probably sell the set of this for $75. I was devastated. I was thrilled to find one and I will sell it. I'm probably going to list it high. Oh, I'm seeing some holes. There are some holes. I don't know if you guys can see those or not. I didn't see those. Okay. Washed and clean. Here is this wonderful, beautiful tag that I love to find. Vintage Ralph Lauren. Oh, it is such a dream, you guys. And so let me tell you, the reason I knew that this cheetah print, leopard print, whatever you want to call it, was valuable is because I actually found a shower curtain and it was this print and it was Ralph Lauren. And so of course, you know, that puts me down the rabbit hole of looking. And I knew, I didn't remember exactly how much, but I knew that this print was valuable because guys, they don't make it anymore. Once it's made, it's made. You can't get it ever again. It's done, right? So I'm going to list this pillowcase. I don't know. Oh, I'm seeing more holes. Oh, that's such a bummer. But you know, I haven't listed this yet. I haven't listed any of this yet, to be honest. I just started taking pictures. It's very holy. So you know what? I probably won't get as much for it as I thought, but it will still sell. I can guarantee you guys it will still sell. And whatever I get for it, I'll be happy. I couldn't leave it behind. I worked so hard, you guys. I can't tell you how hard I worked trying to find the mate to this. It's okay. It's fine. I tried my best. Okay, change of pace. One of my other most favorite things to sell in the whole wide world is lingerie. I haven't listed this yet, so it still has this little tag on it. This was a new to me brand just recently, and the brand is Delicates, and this actually has such a following, you guys. This is like this satiny nylon material. It does have the belt, which is always a huge, huge bonus. If you're gonna try to sell robes or anything like that, if you have the belt, it's like a game changer. It's not in the greatest shape. It's definitely got some fraying on it, but I don't know really how to describe this, but there's kind of a cult following for stuff like this. And people just love it. It's probably from the 90s. And they also made panties and things like that, and some other nightgowns and negligees and those types of things. It is, you know, USA made, and people just absolutely love this stuff. And so I'll probably list this between $20 and $30 and see what I can get for it. It's very silky. People love this shiny, silky nylon, satiny material and feel. Like I said, there's a following for it. There's like a cult following for it. I'll get in more to that later when we get to know each other a little bit better. But I do really enjoy selling that stuff. Let's see, back to linens. This was such a great find, you guys. Look how beautiful these are. These are Pottery Barn. I believe the print is called Blanca, and these are just so stunning. Look at the back. Just absolutely beautiful. I can pretty much spot and feel Pottery Barn linen from a mile away. Same with Ralph Lauren. It has a feeling of quality. And I'm not going to digress too much on this. I know it's a controversial subject, especially at the bins. Gloves or no gloves? I don't wear gloves. Have I been cut? Yes, I have been. I'm a nurse, so I'm up to date on my vaccines. Do I sometimes maybe touch some gross stuff? Yeah, probably sometimes. But you know what's awesome? Is you can like just wash your hands, because really everything you touch all day long in the whole world is covered in germs. Everything. And so I just wash my hands, and knock on wood, I stay very healthy. The point of that was, when you don't have gloves on, it allows you to feel the textures of things. And as you do this for longer and longer, you start to recognize those textures. I still get fooled all the time, but a lot of times I can tell silk, I can tell cashmere, I can tell quality linens. They are so heavy feeling compared to something cheaper. That's the only way I can describe it, and it just takes practice. I've only been doing this for 2 years. I've had to work from ground zero, literally zero knowledge on anything. I knew I liked nicer things, and that has helped me a little bit. I am drawn to more expensive items. But other than that, I have taught myself everything other than having, I have been incredibly fortunate to kind of have a mentor along the way. I really lucked out. He knows who he is. And I just got so lucky. So I have had his help, but as far as like going out and doing the sourcing myself and things like that, I've had to self teach all of that. So I do have the pair of these. I will list these probably for $50 to $60 for the pair. The most I've gotten for a pair of pillowcases was a little over $100. It was vintage Ralph Lauren, and they were absolutely beautiful. So a pair of standard pillowcases, guys, $100 from the bins. So anytime you guys want, you can go and look in my store and see the things that I'm selling, see what is selling. I hope that you guys will like this video. It's gonna be like raw and uncut. I'm just gonna not edit it, and it's just gonna be coming out like this. Simply because I just don't have the time. I don't have the time or the energy. I think going forward, I'm going to try to do those things, or my husband is going to help me do those things. But like I said, this is where I'm at in life right now. And I just have to roll with the punches. So I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, next, let me see. Okay. Okay. This was kind of a fun find. This is in basically like new condition. This is a Winchester shirt, which I think they make guns. Is that right? They make guns? I think so. And it is vintage, made in Hong Kong, and it's like a Western wear shirt, I guess, and also maybe guns. I could be totally wrong. I could have just totally made that up. But it is Western wear, and it's this. It literally, when I found it, it's been washed already and dried, but when I found it in the bins, it literally felt like it had never been worn. It was like still crisp. You know, that crisp feeling of being in the packaging forever and ever. Really cool. Another way, you guys, you know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but you know, if it's got its branding on the buttons, that's usually a good sign of quality, or vintage, because they could afford it back then. Nowadays, not so much, but just a really cool shirt, you guys. I don't know what to expect for this. Maybe $20 or so. Nothing crazy, but I'm okay with that. You know, I spent $28, so I'm okay. I'm good. Okay. One of the reasons I originally wanted to start this YouTube is because I love watching different YouTubers. I have learned so much from them. Some of my favorites, I hope I'm allowed to say, some of my favorites are A Common Tag, Amber Resells, McThriftsy, Lori's Boston Found. I've started watching Texas Gal Treasures. She doesn't do clothes, so I like to see her for more hard goods. Just so many of them, and I've learned so much from them. there's a couple things that I sell that I don't see them selling as much. And so that's kind of my motivation, is just to kind of, I mean, they probably do sell those things, but just I sell a lot of these things. And again, I've already mentioned I love selling lingerie. Vintage lingerie specifically is kind of my jam. I absolutely love it, and guys, it sells. It's really a great seller. I would encourage you to go to my store and filter for solds and kind of look through and see some of the things that I've sold. Anyway, I am here today to teach you about Victoria's Secret Gold Label. Not everything fetches a ton of money, but it will always sell. I just sold a half slip that I found at the bins, a black one. I want to say for like $25 or $30. This is a beautiful, beautiful satin half slip. A full slip would be full body. It has just this really beautiful lace detail. It is a, I would say ivory color. It's not white, it's ivory. Which kind of sounds insane, but it is. And it's just really beautiful. People collect Victoria's Secret Gold Label. It is highly sought after. So if you find it, just pick it up, especially at the bins. I won't always pay up for it if I find it in the retail store if it's too much, depending on what it is, because it is probably a fairly saturated market at this point, but it will always sell. And this weighs nothing, so why not get it? And it's just pretty. It's just really pretty. It was made in the 90s, 80s, 90s, so Victoria's Secret Gold Label is one you want to look for. Here we have more lingerie. This is a vintage corset. When I am listing things like this, just really quickly so I don't forget, I use keywords pinup, rockabilly, retro, things like that. Bridal, if it's white, I will use bridal, vintage bridal. This is Jezebel. This is a brand that I've sold before. It's Jezebel, it's Renee of Hollywood, made in the USA, 34C. Even with things like this, guys, it's important to, I hope you're seeing this tag. Is it upside down? Forgive me. You guys are gonna have to be so patient with me. I'm telling you, I'm kind of a little ditzy. I didn't used to be, but now I'm in my 40s and a mommy and chronically tired. So here's the back. And I still provide measurements for these because just like with all things vintage, things are much bigger now than they used to be. And so anyway, here we go. I would say I'm hoping for between 15 and 25 for this. It's really pretty. It's in great shape. And people just love stuff like this. So, let's see. So this, you guys, holy moly, this was such an interesting find. Here, I'm gonna butcher the name. So if you guys know, please let me know down in the comments. I'm gonna absolutely butcher the name. So I found this, I picked it up. I saw that it was H&M, right? So it's H&M, but then I saw all of this. And again, from watching YouTube videos, I have learned to, first off, I pretty much comp everything, like I said. I am not a lazy reseller. And I'm not implying that people that don't comp are lazy. I'm kind of compulsive about it. I will look up anything and everything. And yes, it takes an enormous amount of time, but it pays off. It pays off, you guys. If you have the time, I would encourage you to do it. Anyway, I have learned over the couple years I've been watching the YouTubes is to always look up collabs. And this looked really, really interesting to me. This is a big label. It's embroidered. It has this name on it. I had to look it up. And I didn't even realize at the time, but it is also 100% silk. So this is actually a wrap dress. I don't know if you guys can fully see. It's a wrap dress. It is 100% silk. And here we go with the butchered name. It's probably French, but I don't know because it says Paris. So I'm not even going to try to do it in French or in a French accent because I'm just going to look like an idiot. It's Mason Martin Margiela Paris. Please correct me if you know how to say this because I do not. There is one sold. There's a lot listed for around $150. This does have a tiny flaw in the back where they put the price code. I could just like lose my mind with stuff like that. Like, please stop putting holes in things. Please. Like, you know, come on. Teeny tiny snag. Um, there's one sold for around 96 or 97 from the UK. So I'm probably going to list this around 99.99 and just kind of hope for the best. Um, I am in the business of moving things along, not necessarily like giving them away, but moving things along. That was a huge, huge shock. I had never heard of that before. I haven't researched it yet. If you guys know anything about it, please let me know. I would love the information. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Just the comps for it were crazy. Switching up a gear, I have not washed this yet, so if you see some stains on it, vintage Western wear. It's so fun. How do you not love this? It has fringe. If anybody's seen the movie To Wong Fu, when they find those vintage clothes and Wesley Snipes, who's obviously dressed in drag, finds the fringe, oh my gosh, it's like the best scene. It's one of my favorite movies. But it has fringe, you guys. So this is Rough Rider by Circle T. I have sold this brand in the past. Some of this stuff can sell for really good money. It's like rodeo wear. How fun. I mean, it's just fun. I just like to sell fun things. Look at these buttons. I have a thing for buttons. I can't help myself. Anyway, that's it. Probably not a lot of money. Probably like maybe $10 to $15. I don't care. I like it, so I'm gonna sell it. Okay, this was a fun find. Here are the tiniest jeans in the history of the world, but they are Versace. They are Versace Couture jeans, Versace jeans couture. They are so tiny, you guys. They are a size 26. I don't even know. I don't know. These are so little. They are like a corduroy almost, which is pretty interesting. The comps were all over the place. And so, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not really sure how I'm going to price these yet. I may start them at like 50 and just see how it goes. So there you go. They're like a gray. Again, you've got the branding on the button. If you can see that, I'm not sure if you can. And I appreciate you guys being so patient with me. I'm sorry if this has been long-winded or painful or any of those things. I'm just learning as I go, and I'm just trying my best. So yeah, I'm gonna set these at like $50. I'm probably not gonna get that for them. I don't know. Like I said, the comps were all over the place. I need to do some more research. I just haven't done it yet, but I will. This was a fun find for me. This is not a brand that I ever find here in Winston. And this is All Saints. It's a dress. It is a dry clean only dress and it needs to be cleaned. I will be honest with you. I typically do not go and take my items to get dry cleaned because it just drives the cost up so much. It would really have to be an item that was worth a ton of money. If it's worth hundreds of dollars, sure, I'll take it and have it dry cleaned. If it's worth $50, no. I'll figure something out or sell it as is, and I just disclose everything and I just say I did not dry clean this item. It does have some spots. It's this All Saints, and it's like it says Japanese cloth. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a green gray. And again, I was just really excited because this is something I see from my YouTubers all the time, and it's just not something that I find here in Winston. And so that was an exciting find for me. Let me look at the fabric. It does have these little pockets. Pockets are always a huge bonus. It's really cute. I don't wear anything sleeveless, but I would wear it with a cardigan. It's just polyester. It's the SOMG dress. Awesome. So I'm going to look that up. SOMG dress. I hadn't looked that up yet, to be honest with you. We just got back in town and life has been just crazy, crazy. So I'll look that up, but I got it just because it was All Saints and I was so excited. Because like, I think maybe I found it like one other time, maybe, but like never. So, okay. This was a new brand to me. I haven't been looking at my notes. I need to look at my notes. So a new brand to me, sorry, forgive me, are these, of course now I can't find it, so I'm gonna look, how I look. That's okay. Um, they're called Sweat Tailor, SWET, and then Tailor, TAILOR. This is what it looked like. When I saw this tag, like if you have a sewn on tag, it's worth it to look it up because that takes time and money, right? And then you have this in the back. You have this detail. Anytime companies add detail to anything on the product, you really want to go ahead and just comp it because again, that takes time and money. These were the pants that I just found $10 in. They have some lines and that's because I ironed them and I should have ironed them inside out. You can see those white lines. That was a rookie mistake. These are dry clean only. They're men's pants. They're dry clean only. They're 32 by 32. Of course, now on my paper, I'm having a hard time finding Winchester, Oval House, that. Of course, I'm not seeing it. The second I put this down, I will see it though, naturally. Or maybe I didn't even put it on here. There's a good chance I didn't. I don't know. You know, what can you do? What can you do? I don't know. I feel like I saw these and now I'm, you know, let me just 35 to 50 maybe. So Sweat Tailor, I'm going to need to do again more research on these, but it was just fun to find a brand new brand. I had never heard of this from anybody not watching YouTube or anything, but it just, they feel like quality and they have all of those kind of like signs of quality as well. So, you know, again, it's just, you're constantly educating yourself. So let's see, 2 more or 3 more kind of, I'll do quick, some more lingerie, some vintage lingerie, all cleaned up. Obviously that's inside out, but this is Cinema. I'm going to say it wrong because I think it's French. Cinema Etoile. Probably totally wrong. And please correct me. I'm sure somebody will. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee who's going to correct me. But they make all kinds of things and some of their stuff can go for really good money. Some of their old nightgowns and robes and things like that. This is like a little vintage bodysuit. And again, guys, pinup, rockabilly, bridal, things like that, boudoir, things like that. It sells and people absolutely love it. Probably only like 15 or so on that. We've got more Victoria's Secret gold label, just a bra. Bras are such easy money. I pick up a lot of bras, vintage and modern bras. They weigh nothing. They're easy to photograph and list, and they sell a ton. People do buy used bras. You can take a look at my site and you can see I do sell a lot of new with tag stuff though too. But yeah, just a Victoria's Secret gold label bra. So, you know, $10 to $15, nothing crazy, if that, maybe even under 10. It's okay, it's fine. That's all good. 2 more things. 3 more things. More linens. We have a baby blanket. The most I've sold a baby blanket for before was around, I want to say $250. People will buy these things, guys. Pick up baby blankets. New ones, old ones, whatever, look them up. Carter's, some of the Carter's ones can go for big money. If you don't have kids, kids get attached to things and they don't make them anymore. And so where do you think they have to go to find them? eBay. So they do, and they're willing to pay a ton of money for them. So do I feel bad about it? No, not really. I mean, it is what it is. Supply and demand. Let's see. I found some Spanx. Spanx are always great to find. These are like, dare I say, vintage Spanx. I hate to say that, but I think that they are. They have the Spanx by Sarah Blakely, Florida State alumni, just like me. And so yeah, you know, I didn't find this exact style yet. I need to, but it has these attachments to kind of hold things up, which is awesome. And so, you know, these may be worth, you know, $30 to $40, which is awesome. They're in great shape. I've washed them, obviously. And so I'm excited about that. And then you guys, let's see, last but not least, FedEx. I found this FedEx jacket. This exact style by this brand, which is FedEx, designed by Stan Herman. goes from between $100 and about $85. And all the zippers work. It's in really great condition. The only signs of wear really are on the reflective material, which if I zoomed in really close, I'm sure you can see, it's just like a little bit splotchy. But other than that, this is in really great shape. And I'm hoping to get this listed today and get it up. I'm gonna probably put it up for about 100 and take offers and go from there. So those were my Orlando outlet finds. I hope that you guys have learned something. And please leave any and all comments down below. I'm new at this, so I will take constructive criticism, which is in a nice way, hopefully. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And please let me know, like and subscribe, and please let me know what else you guys want to see. I am happy to do hauls, reviews of different thrift stores, reviews of different Goodwill outlets, tips and tricks. I will link my eBay store. You guys can see the kinds of things that I sell, and I can't wait to share my journey with you.